Oh, I wouldn't say a couple. It's been probably a little while now.
2 decades.
2 decades at least. Man, we are old, Deke. We are fucking old.
I'm old. I'm old as shit. You can
I
see in
wonder.
my beard. I got this big white stripe in my beard now.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's like, "Does your beard split in the middle now?" No, 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 no. That's white. It's just white right down the middle.
I'm closing up some of my stuff. For some reason, if you see on the camera, I'm a little laggy.
Yeah.
Like it's slow. So let me wonder if it has anything to do.
Power on.
All right. Yeah, I don't see anything else going on. I don't know why. It's a little, laggy and stuff, but let me move this over so I can see better.
You'll be all right.
So, you had to go to the mall,
dude.
with teenage girls.
Dude, listen. So I'm at the house and I'm just like, I was getting ready to take a nap, right? Like I went to the gym. I was going to come home, take a nap, just relax. And this chick comes up and she's like, "Dad, can I meet my friend at the mall?" And I was like, "What time?" "Sure." And then that evolved over the course of a few hours. That evolved from she's meeting people at the mall to I have to go drop her off somewhere at one of her friend's house.
Yeah.
Then it turned into I'm picking her friend up and taking them both to the mall.
Yep.
And then we get to the mall, and I know you have a kid and all, but just I don't like to stay like in the group. Like I'm with them, like, but I'm away
from them.
right? Like I can see you guys, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit over here and like look up funny shit on my phone and like periodically look up and make sure you're still in the store and go back down. Like if you're gonna go into Spencer's, I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy a funny T-shirt. I'm gonna be like, I love hot milfs and shit like that. Like I'm gonna go grab a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like they're in Claire's and PacSun and all the little teeny bopper stores and shit. And I'm just sitting out there on my phone, and every periodically, all I would hear is, "Dad, are you coming?" Like, what the? Come on.
Why do I have to be in here? That's bullshit.
Right. Like, do you need me? You have your own dollars. Is there a reason you can't spend your own money? Okay.
Yeah, you have your own money. Why am I being bothered with all this? So, where would you like to start at for today? Oh,
man, I don't know. Man, what?
Meant to ask you, Corv, how was Lunagarin for you in Sunbreak? I've yet to meet him. Okay. So, as soon, from what I'm to understand, Corgi, is at some point in time, there may be a cross compatibility patch. So if that does happen, I'll gladly jump in, and because he's always been pissed about that. But Lunagarin is a pain in my ass. He is just terrifying. If you played Monster Hunter World, he's like Odegarin, except instead of poison and decay, he is nothing but bigger. Yeah, he's pretty tough. Corgi has been my every stream for the last 2-3 weeks. She's been pretty good. I'm waiting for my moderator to jump on at some point. Corgi, message Aaron and tell him he needs to get on and do his job. So, where do you want to start?
Don't matter. What'd you have going on with you and the kid today? You guys get in anything?
We went to church and came home and did some cleaning and whatnot around the house and Other than that, he's been typical 15-year-old boy. I'm back on my games on my phone, talking to my friends. To heck with you, Dad. You do you. I'm gonna do me. So,
That sounds
but
about
we
right.
did,
That sounds
yeah,
about right.
we did get to do the church thing, which is really cool. That we've been getting to do that together for a while now.
Yeah.
Did some Apex earlier. Actually, that's where we'll start because some stuff came out in Apex, and what really grinds my gears. So Apex, for any of the gaming community, what's up, Legs? Um, Apex is in a real rough state right now. Apex used to be the name in battle royales, and we've been losing players consistently for like the last year and a half, maybe even longer. They just did a major change where they like super buffed 2 or 3 characters, and they have basically taken it so the only classes, because in Apex you have 5 classes. You have skirmisher, recon, assault, support, and skirmisher is the meta right. Get 3 baseline abilities, which one, you get to move at normal speed while healing while everybody else is reduced by half. Am I getting an echo, Aaron? How did we deal with that yesterday, Deke? Do you remember?
I do not. Because I'm not hearing it on my end.
Apparently, Aaron is. I'm going to drop this down a little bit. Okay, mic and aux, desktop audio. Any better, Aaron? Aaron? Any yes, no, still echo? Just to make sure. All right, Deke. I'm gonna try muting myself on the is that what's going on? Is because I got the desktop running through the Video Ninja and the OBS. No, it would be doing it to you too. Huh? No, no. He said it seems better. Maybe it was just I had to do that little adjustment.
Okay.
Make sure that is all the way turned down too. All right, continuing on with what I was saying. So they get to move the same normal speed, no speed deceleration. The smaller health items, the shield cells and syringes, which are only supposed to be 1/4 of your health, they get double effects from. Plus, they can open up this the support pins and get extra Evo points and extra items. They gave 3 of them major reworks and major buffs. And it has really just upset the balance of the game.
So could they be losing players because of everything else that's going on? I mean, Marvel Rivals came out, not too long ago, which everybody's jumping on that. Everybody's playing Marvel Rivals.
I have it. I mean, a Marvel kid for life, bro. That has something to do with it. But Apex for the last couple of years has been just plagued by hackers. That it was major viral. What was that, about 6 months ago or whatever, during the Gaming League Championships? During one of the finals matches, a bunch of hackers came in, took over remotely the controllers, and added cheats and aimbots and wall hacks to everybody's computer while they were in mid-match. Apex has some security issues for sure. But they make changes that the general populace of the Apex players like, but they cater to the PCs and the pro players, which I get to an extent. The one thing that they did do on this big patch, and then the PC community cried about it, is that they took away certain characters' tap strafing abilities because it was on a mouse. And we'll get into the eternal argument of PC versus console, keyboard and mouse versus controller. That you cannot have a cross-platform game that has a PC versus a console and expect it to be level playing field. It's not feasibly possible. I can literally still put on an aimbot on my console with my controller, your Twitch reaction speed, and the fact that you only have to do a mouse flick to get the same rotation that I have to out of a full thumb movement, where you're just a quick flick. It's not comparable. And they're trying to level the playing field. So they took tap strafing away from some of the movement characters so they couldn't just bounce back and forth really quickly and make it impossible for you to hit them because it wasn't registering. Well, the PC community cried and said, we'll quit playing your game, blah, 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 if you don't put this back. And sure as shit, a week later, they gave them the tap strafing back. For the console players, what they should do is, they have the capability of if you want to allow cross-platform play or not. And what they need to do is give us console players the ability to say, we want to cross-platform with Switch, with Xbox, but we don't want to cross-platform with the PCs. Yeah. And look, anybody who knows me, I grew up on PCs. Me and my Dakey's one of them. We've had our LAN parties. We've stayed up for days on end and wired our computers together and went to town. At this point in my life, I enjoy a lot of the console gaming. I enjoy the controller and some of the games. I mean, yeah, in most instances, most games are on all platforms now. But Sony and Xbox both have specific, titles that just are strictly with them. It's like when they did Final Fantasy Remake, the guys on PlayStation had Final Fantasy Remake. I think it was like a solid month and a half before the PC guys, and it was a solid 6 months before Xbox got it. Yeah. So I enjoy being, and let's be real here. It is fun against the different consoles and gaming platforms, that rivalry and whatnot. I like to throw a little shade at the Xbox players and be like, my PlayStation, I got better, that whole thing. But I fell in love with Apex from Gate, and now I have 4 friends. One of them, even though we have never seen each other in real life, at some point we are going to, if Slayer.
Where's he at?
Well, hold on. Aaron said, I hear an echo on whenever either of you speak for some reason. I wonder, how bad of an echo? Are you just hearing echo because I'm in an open room? And because I heard a little bit of an echo off of Deke, whatever you were drinking there, Deke. But it's the sound of echoing off of the walls. Like, are you hearing like double speech? Like, are you hearing me and then hearing me again? But I don't know what needs to be done with Apex. I don't. But one of my good friends, Slayer of Dreams, Aaron's saying he's hearing doubles. So I wonder, Deke, I'm going to go ahead and mute the speaker on the VOD Ninja. And let's see if I'm going to keep talking, doing check.
Give me a second here. Let me do the same.
Check.
So let's try that and see what it does.
I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Okay. Okay, so that's not it. Uh, hmm.
Does that make any difference?
No, I had to unmute it. I'm looking at. Nothing for the. Wonder what the heck is going on here. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Aaron, is there a echo? Is it still doing the double speak? Sweet. All right. So on your OBS Studios, Deke, it will be you got to do the mute on the browser audio mixer and leave the mic aux and everything else because we're doing it out of the VDO. So it's double processing both of those audio links.
So which one are we muting?
An OBS browser. Should be good. But yeah, Slayer of Dreams, which he was asking me today when I was talking with him, and I told him what my plans were for today. And he's like, "Man, I'd like to, because he's been doing some Twitch streaming too, and though not as big, but he's like, man, I seeing you go as gung ho as you are about this, maybe if it starts going off, maybe I can jump in and do some guest stuff and whatnot." And I was like, yeah, it's something we could talk about. But Slayer is it was when before the X left. I had plans for him to be one of my groomsmen. Um, we met playing on Apex back in season 0, season 1, and we have been friends since. We now game regularly together. Um, check in on one another. The whole 9 yards. I mean, he's become one of my closest friends. And it would really sadden me if Apex and Respawn don't get their shit together, and this game that has brought a lot of joy to people's lives goes down for no reason. Because by far it is so much superior to a lot of the other games. And a bunch of different ways. Yeah, it's more fantasy, and it's not like the realism of Call of Duty. Man, I don't play video games for realism. I play video games because video games help me escape the real. Just changing it to your bedroom background.
Yeah, I'm just flipping stuff around, looking at stuff. No, so that's like I said about years ago when I used to play WoW religiously. I had some of those friends too that I had for years, right? Because I played WoW for what 10+ years. Religiously I played it.
Yeah, you yelled at me because I wouldn't get on the actual servers. I played on Molten.
And I don't know. So it's at some point, probably, I want to say around, maybe 2015, 2016. Things were just real hectic in life. I wasn't getting online as much anymore. And I took probably a 3-ish month break from WoW. And when I came back, like everybody was gone.
Yeah.
Obviously, my good friends, my in real life friends, Christian and some of those other guys, like they jumped back on, obviously, and they were, playing with me and we were getting into raid groups, but I've never been in contact with that core group of friends that I had for about 10 years since I took my break. It was like, hey guys, I got to focus on school and on getting back in shape and this and that, and it was they weren't about it. Like unfriended, gone, just never heard from again. It was weird.
Yeah.
And these were people, right? Like these were people that like I had known, like met up with in real life, a couple of them, and they were good people. So that was really kind of that really kind of hurt a little bit when that whole thing happened. But I mean, what are you going to do, right? It's not like somebody that lives down the street. You can just walk down there and be like, hey man, let's go get get a burger, or let's go grab a drink or something like that. You can't do that stuff with with that kind of situation. Like I'm not going to fly to New Mexico. Like I know one of the guys that I was good friends with. We met in Florida, in Orlando at a MegaCon one year. I know he lives in New Mexico, but I'm not flying out to New Mexico to be like, hey, let's go get a drink. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. So, but I know what you mean. I mean, you make friends when you're gaming sometimes, especially when you're gaming all the time, especially when it's like role playing style games, right? Like when you've got a core group of people and you're playing all the time, like I'm sure people find each other on Baldur's Gate and things like that, all the time. It's easy to get to build friendships that way. Just hopefully they last and last a long time. We had friends that were in some of those WoW groups for years that like their family members died, and we were all up, not even really playing WoW, just logged into I think it was Vent back then, before Discord was huge. But we would all just be logged into Vent, BSing, hanging out on camera, drinking, carrying on, trying to cheer people up, make them feel better. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a real friendship when you find those people. So.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Though luckily, me and Slayer, we our gaming friendship is not just tied to just Apex. I mean, we do Baldur's Gate, which for any of y'all that checked out the stream yesterday, thank you. I did hit a record high of 10 viewers at one time. Thank you guys very much. But we've been doing Baldur's Gate, Hell Divers, Marvel Rivals, which anybody watching, as you see on the name tags here, can they see our name tags, D? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I made sure that even though that's the name on the stream or on the Twitch and the Facebook, that is my PlayStation gamer tag. Feel free to message me if any of y'all want to game on any of the things I game on. Definitely would enjoy the company. Not to mention you get a free spotlight on most of the streams. So Apex, what other, since we're in gaming, we'll jump around in the gaming area for a little bit, and then we can switch gears. What else in the realms of gaming? Oh, we were talking about Baldur's Gate. We are getting that cross-platform patch here very soon, which means PC gamers, all Xbox, is it Xbox or is it just saying PC and PlayStation?
I'm pretty sure it's Xbox.
Okay. Well, for a little, when it first came out, it was PlayStation and PC only. Like there was some issues or I don't remember what it was.
Yep. Yeah, it's Xbox now.
All right. Sweet.
I thought it was. It came out later though, right? For Xbox.
Yes, I think so. So anybody with whatever gaming platform, if you have Baldur's Gate, definitely would like to see some D&D parties get put together and do some goofy stuff. But running the Dark Urge campaign right now, let me tell you that is some messed up stuff that they have go on in that. Like I thought my D&D parties could be bad, but like in the stream yesterday, the little bard girl wanted to join our party, and while I'm running the Dark Urge character, and while I was asleep, apparently in a sleepwalking haze, I took the tiefling girl, broke her own horn off of her head, and stabbed her to death with it. Like some real messed up stuff already. Though I give it to the guys. who did Baldur's Gate. Brilliant game, and I'm sad that they're not going to do another one. All of the Baldur's Gate games have always been a good time. Um,
Well, didn't
what's
that,
your favorite?
isn't that what they said last time, though? That there weren't going to be any more Baldur's Gate games, and now there is.
Yeah, but it took them a while to do this one.
Yeah.
I think the last one was PlayStation 3, maybe even 2.
Yeah, yeah.
What was it, 3 or 2?
I've got the list pulling up here. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
So it was. Yes. Well, no, it's a Siege of Dragonspear. They're counting as one on Xbox One.
Oh, well, that doesn't count.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's not even listing PlayStation on there. It's just 1 and 2. It's saying we're
Maybe they were PC
Windows
only.
and Mac.
Yeah, maybe they were PC only.
Yep.
A lot of those older D&D games, even the 3.0 stuff, a lot of that was PC only. I remember when 3.0 hit, and I got the what was it? The Curse of the Reflecting Pool, and there's a couple others, dude. If you got one of the D&D magazines at the time, it came with 3 separate games in the one issue, and they were all D&D games. Since we're doing D&D, what's your favorite class, Deke?
Usually caster of some kind. I try to do warrior a little bit, and if I do a warrior, I'll try to dual class into a caster. I just like shooting shit at people.
I'm definitely a clothy as well. Though lately I've been experimenting with it. If we're taking into like we'll go 3.0, 3.5 speak. I fell in love with the Arcane Archer Prestige class, or however they want to term it now in 5th.
Right.
We have the 3-piece box set of 5th edition, and me and Trent have yet to sit down and really be able to get into it. But multi-classing, whatever. But yeah, Arcane Archer. I've always been the arcane spellcaster in a lot of gaming for my friends, and out of like if we go into other realms of role playing, like White Wolf, Mage the Awakening is by far my favorite out of the White Wolf series. The White Wolf in general, to me, I think is a much more refined, easy way of role playing because it doesn't get as convoluted. Where you have to take into consideration all of these extra facts, numbers, statistics. When you're doing Fireball now, if Fireball isn't just what it used to be in 2nd edition D&D, where, oh, look, I'm going to point at these guys, I'm going to throw a Fireball, and GM discretion. Now you have to figure out the exact area of where it's hitting, and you're plotting out with all these minis and whatnot. And I'm like, in White Wolf, it's very simple. It's my role versus the GM's role. If my role succeeds, depending on how many successes, is the level and degree into which what I was trying to accomplish accomplishes. So yeah, I throw a Fireball, but if I only got a minimum amount of successes, yeah, one of my buddies might get toasted. Now, if I get 5, 6, 7 extra successes, then not only did I Fireball, but I Fireballed so precisely that greater effects happen. Like I condensed it. And so in that area just became a pillar of Inferno, Yeah,
but that's why I would rather play a video game these days. And I'm not saying anything against tabletop. I used to love tabletop when I was younger.
Yeah.
But these days I would rather play a video game because I don't want to deal with rolling, area, calculate. No. Point, click, die.
Yeah.
And move on.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do is just jump on a game. Like that's what I loved about, mages and WoW, right? When you're running around
Shadow Priest,
doing trash mobs and stuff, you point, click your AoE up. This area is where it's going to go, and you rain down death on them, and then you just keep moving. Whereas depending on who you're playing with, right? If you're playing with good people that you've known for a while, sometimes you toss some of that mechanic stuff out when you're doing tabletop and you move on. but sometimes you're playing with these real diehard people, right? Like
Rule
these real
lawyers. Rule lawyers.
this is my life and I'm for this. And it takes so long to get through a campaign that you don't even like, you're not even having fun anymore.
Yep.
And that's a big deal to me, is the fun factor, right?
What
Especially
up, Shadow?
in anything though. In anything, it's the fun factor, because I'm the person that comes in here, and it's the same in any video game, right? I'm the person that comes in and I jump online and I'm like, "What's up, motherfuckers? Like, let's go, let's do some shit." I'm talking shit and I'm drinking, like, while I'm playing the game, and I'm talking to people, and I'm, like, finding out what's going on with me and stuff, which again is probably why I make friends, pretty fast. Except for when you run into those people that are so super serious at the game,
Yep.
They don't want you to talk. They don't want you to socialize. They don't, and I'm like, I'm out. Like,
Right.
I got to go find a new group, guys, because I can't do this. It was a few years ago when I first started streaming on Twitch. I used to stream with one of my best friends, and he's great. Don't get me wrong, we have a good time, but he was streaming with a few people he was gaming with, that just they were those people. They were super serious, right? Like I don't know if you've heard me, talk about, I'm horrible at Phasmophobia. It is the worst thing in the world. I'm horrible, and my kid loves it. So I jump on and I try to get a little bit better at Phas, but I'm never going to be super serious about it. I'm running around here like, oh shit, where's this damn ghost at? Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Blah, blah.
Yeah.
They hated it. They couldn't fucking stand me, because that's all I do when I play a video game is talk shit. Especially a game like Phasmophobia or something like Lockdown Protocol. Dude, I made so many people mad in Lockdown Protocol the other day because I was just killing everybody. I don't care. This is fun. This is a fun time for me. You're all gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm not the bad guy. I'm still killing everybody because I don't care, and it's fun, and I laugh, and then they all argue about who's the bad guy, who's the bad guy, who's the bad guy.
I am. Okay. Yeah, I haven't played Phasmophobia. I've done Among Us with Trent, and we giggled and laughed for about 2 hours. The one time we actually both got to be the killers, and that was hysterical because we kind of, that's kind of, apparently there's a term for it, but apparently it's against etiquette to be sitting next to each other if you happen to be the killer, so you can coordinate and do stuff. And we did. We routed everybody up and knifed everyone. Like, it was a good time. The only time that I am discouraged on continuous talking is if I'm in ranked play. If I'm in ranked play in a game of something, then I'm trying to compete. I'm trying to be a little serious about it.
Yeah. But
if I'm in a pubs game, no, dude, I say dumb
but
shit.
I tell my best friend that all the time, because he's been playing, like, ranked rivals lately and stuff like that, trying to, get his stuff up. And I'm like, that's cool, that's awesome. And he'll be like, hey, do you want to jump in a game? And I'm like, not a ranked one, because I'm never going to be serious. That I'm never going to take this seriously. Like, this is not, for me, gaming is fun. Like, for some people, some of these dudes are like throwing their controllers at TVs. Like, that's not me.
No, I mean, I get frustrated, but I haven't broken a controller since PlayStation 3. And that's when I got the PlayStation 3, I went right into the Dark Souls games. And from Dark Souls 1 to Dark Souls 3, I managed to snap 3 controllers, one on each game. And all 3 times were a specific instance, which we all know what this is. When you happen to be out and about in an area and it's been a while since you've saved, and you happen to not have I forget what it is, where you die out in the middle of nowhere in a high level area and you can't get back to get your stuff. You lose everything that you worked for, everything that you've done since this last login. You're talking, like, in the case of the Dark Souls 3 one, I think it had been like hours of gameplay. Multiple new items were acquired, level ups were done, and then I get killed by a random something stupid in the middle of nowhere, and I can't get back to my body. And look, all of my experience, all of the stuff that I just did, gone, and it
Yeah.
was just a oh look, I snapped it. Um, but no, generally I'm a lot more laid back about gaming. Um, I enjoy competitiveness to an extent in gaming. At the end of the day, I wholeheartedly agree with you that gaming should be fun. It should be entertaining. If you and your friends aren't laughing or smiling or hooting and hollering, then why are you even doing it? You know, um,
That's my thing right now. Like I said, nothing but respect for the people that are out here doing ranked games and hitting all their stuff up and trying to get their status up and everything like that, like all day.
yep.
But if I'm in a lobby with you, I'm not going to be in a ranked game lobby ever. So for you to be flipping out that you're trying to be super serious about whatever it is that we're doing, no, dude, no.
Okay, so you and Pharaoh can't play Apex together. I mean,
Probably not.
well, if it's in pubs or team deathmatch, I think it'll be fine. Um, and in Apex, that's pretty self-explanatory. We are going and killing stuff, and I mean, and once you play it enough, you can talk shit and still be good at the game and have fun
Oh
and
yeah, yeah, definitely. I'm not that gamer anymore, right? Like when I was younger, I was that gamer. Like I would spend hours a night gaming, running around, being the best at Halo. You know what I mean? Like doing the baddest shit that I could because that was, and now it's not, now it's, dad mode life. Like I've got a kid, I've got work, I've got,
yeah,
trying to keep my ass in shape. Like when I jump on here, it's to hang out with people. It's to hang out with you and hang out with, some of my other friends online and just talk shit and shoot people
yep.
and blow shit up. And sometimes I'll like I'm running around Skyrim some days killing everyone. I don't care. I'm just killing everybody. Give a shit.
NPCs.
Chase me if you want to. Here's a fireball. Here's a lightning bolt. Chase me if you want to. Right?
But
And it's just like look, it's the same thing in GTA, right? I'll jump on GTA. I'm not doing any missions. I might jump into missions with people and I'll try. You know what I mean? I'm trying to win for the team,
mhm.
but I'm killing everyone. Like everyone's gonna die. Like I'm running over pedestrians, I'm shooting cops, like my stars are as high as they can go. I've got helicopters rolling after me. I'm like pretending like I can flip them off while I'm running down the fucking road. Like it's not. And
No,
that's
I
a
get
good time
you.
for me. And then I get offline and I take my sleeping pill and I go to bed for the night.
Yeah, like, like that's why like a lot of the games that I get into anymore now are more like Baldur's Gate or I think Apex is pretty much the only competitive one. And I kind of view Monster Hunter like D&D. I'm going and doing these quests, killing these more powerful monsters, taking their parts and making all this gear. And there's a level of seriousness, but also some of these monsters, we're gonna pick on Pookie and what's the one with no eyes with the electric, and he looks like a ball sack stretched over a bat. That's the best way I can describe it. He's but some of these things are goofy looking, and you can't not have fun smacking. Like I use a hammer in Monster Hunter. I've been a Hammer brother since the second I picked up Monster Hunter. No, I will not use any other weapons. I don't care what you tell me. I promise you I can take a monster down faster because all I have to do is just keep hitting him in the head and he stays on the ground. But there is a level of seriousness. But if my dude Major's watching, what up, Bird? Thanks for jumping in, buddy. Appreciate you. there's you cannot be completely serious while killing these monsters in Monster Hunter. Like, I talk shit to these monsters all the time. You big furry penis looking mother. I try to I try to make the jokes, because if you ain't laughing, something's wrong.
Right.
I've tried to be more.
Never me now. Like, look at this. Look at this shit. Watch this. Watch this.
Okay.
This is one of the ones I was telling you about the other day that I watched. Look at this clown. Smashes the crap out of his TV over a video game, dude. What are you doing?
Bro, come on. Bro,
That's,
not only did you just
insanity.
bust your $80 controller,
insanity.
but that looked like a relatively decently new TV. So you're probably talking at least $1,000, depending on where you're at.
Depending on what depending on when he bought it, where he's at. I mean, well, it says that was 11 years ago. So, I mean, yeah, TVs might be, $200 now, but if that was 11 years ago.
Yeah, the TV I have,
a flat screen TV, bro.
The 65-inch I in my bedroom. I got it when I was with the ex-wife, and I came home from work one day and she had gotten it for my birthday, and it was a $2,500 TV at the time. And I think that's right when 1080 was top. Like, that's mind-boggling, bro. Like, the controller, I get. I have had some anger issues in my life, and I have rage spike controllers. So I get that. But why throw it at the TV?
And it's not like, and this wasn't a kid, right? Like, this isn't like,
this is a full-grown adult.
This is a full-grown adult throwing his shit.
A temper tantrum. No wonder the rest of the world looks at us like we're fucking jokes. I'm not wrong. I mean, man.
Look at this dude. Look at this dude. This dude didn't even mean to. Watch this. This dude didn't even mean to. He pulled a U, and he rage quitted onto the floor. Watch this shit.
I already know where this is going.
This dude had a bad day. Oh, that's a bad day, bro. That's a horrible day.
Fuck my life.
I wish it was clearer. I could see what he was playing.
Wow.
Oh, that's a bad day.
You couldn't have.
That sucks, dude. That's horrible.
Like, I don't think you could have done that if you tried to do that exact thing. I don't think you could have done it.
I don't think he could do it again if he tried to.
Wow. Man.
That's insanity, man.
It's just like speeding with driving, man. You're gonna get a ticket eventually, and you're just handing away your money.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm guilty of it. I have speeding tickets. Look, before we get into this, yes, me and Deke are going to talk a lot of shit on this on these get-togethers. Understand, we are speaking from experience in most cases. So yes, I'm well aware that is it hypocritical for me to be saying that speeding tickets or it's wasting money because I've done similar? No, because I'm trying to impart wisdom of grow up, don't waste your money, don't and especially electronics. Man, maybe it's just because we are from the elder millennial generation, Deke, that where we watch these things be like, and we actually understand the money comparison from when we were kids to now. I remember what it was like being the kid in kindergarten that had the Mac with the 5.5 floppy. I was the only kid on my block with a computer. In most cases, electronics are expensive. Here's $800 right here in my phone, in the palm of my hand.
Oh, well, that's completely different, dude. People are out here smashing phones left and right, dude. I can't even. Like my kid's easier on phone. My 13-year-old is easier on phones than some of these people are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like my kid will keep a phone for 2 years now. Where I know people that can't keep a phone for 6 months. It's smashed. Like it's done. Like, where are you getting the money for this? Like, I know insurance isn't covering it every time it breaks.
Yeah. No, I don't know whether they're just buying trash phones, or whatever.
I mean, that could be it, but she's got $150, whatever, smart or straight talk thing, that I got her. And she's had it for over a year. She cracked the screen protector that we got her, and I just replaced that. But the phone's fine,
Yep.
Whereas I know some people, especially from a work perspective, right? From IT, like I know grown adults who we told them they had to buy their own phone because they've broken their work phone so many times.
Right. It. I mean, I will use a phone into the ground. But mine's pretty good. He's had his now for 2 years. And he's still on the same original phone. And there's been no nothing's busted or broken or anything, and I see what you're getting at. It kind of does boggle my mind how, I don't know, is something up with my audio? Can you not hear me? Hold on. Let me my buddy Bird.
Is our audio still jacked?
That's what I'm calling to find out. What's up with the audio?
You're super quiet, brother.
Super quiet.
Oh yeah, super quiet. My volume on my phone's turned all the way up, and I can hear your buddy just fine, but I can't hear you at all.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, it's like a whisper.
That's a low volume, bro.
Hold on. All right, check this.
You said check it?
Yeah.
Open it back up. I just closed the app to see if it was my stuff.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and say something.
Check. 1 2 1 2.
I don't know if that's your phone or not. Let me hang up and text you about it, buddy.
All right. What do you mean?
It needs like taken out of every wash.
I did. I just ran blankets. Yeah, no, I cleaned it right before. I put in a bunch of blankets. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff not.
Yeah. So my son comes out with the lint guard out of the dryer and goes, "Did you forget to clean this?" I'm like, "No, I just did a bunch of loads of blankets, and so there's, it's filled up."
He's on you, man. He knows that you don't be cleaning that shit out. He's on you.
I don't.
He's on you, man. He doesn't want to listen. He doesn't want to have to come out of his pocket and replace that dryer, bro.
Right. All right. So we've been into gaming. Where should we change gears from here? Oh, we did. We said we were going to at least acknowledge and or address the fires in California, right?
Oh yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, dude. Look. So we're clear.
Still...
To all of the average folk and normal people in Colorado or in California affected by this, seriously, my heart goes out to y'all. Hopefully God gets you guys out of there and gets you guys safe and put back where you need. The rest of pedophilia, Hollywood and all of these rich celebrities that have 12 houses and all this other stuff crying because their favorite beach house. Nah, get out of here. Like, you guys have insurance policies. You guys aren't losing nothing. Like the sob stories gotta stop.
Yeah, yeah.
And
I was gonna pull up Hassan because he was doing a Twitch yesterday where he was talking to the firefighters and to the inmate firefighters and stuff, but it doesn't look like he's doing that again today. So,
um, and I do want to say that if the government jumps to help California and still won't help out North Carolina after all of the BS that happened down that way, then we the people need to look at some real stuff here. Yeah.
well, I mean, I don't think that we're gonna. I don't think we're really going to change much of that. I don't know what's real and what's not. It's probably going to take a couple of weeks for us to figure out and find out where the money situation is, because there's been reports that we already released, all of this money to them, and then, some of the sources that, put that out there doubled back and said, oh, well, no, that's only to the shelters and to, XYZ places. That's not to, so I mean, I think it's still going to be a few weeks until we find out what actually happened with the money, where it's going, what got released, because you're right. A lot of these people, and I'm not saying you're a celebrity, you deserve, what you got, whatever. I'm not saying any of that. Like they're people like anybody else is.
Okay,
All I'm
fair, but
saying is them losing their, multi-million-dollar second homes versus people in, North Carolina and Florida who lost, everything they had. It's different. Like, it's not the same thing. It's just not. It's not the same thing. Like, I hope they get it under control. I hope that they get, the fires from raging, all throughout California for sure. There's been like 15 deaths last I looked or something like that. I definitely think, that's horrible. Nobody, should be dying for this. Like, evac those people, get this, stuff under control. But at the same time, I think that it would be horrible if we saw the same type of stuff we saw in Hawaii with The Rock and Oprah, or a similar situation, a similar celebrity sitting on a TV ad talking about please donate to save, to fix what happened to our multi-million dollar. No, I don't want to see any of that.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's what I was getting at. Is not? I was purely talking from economic monetary value standpoint, not in any like. I don't want to see anybody get hurt. I don't want to see anybody.
Yeah.
No. But for these multi-billionaire people to be crying about a home that they have 4 more and 3 wardrobes and all these cars, and when Joe Schmo down the street just lost everything, didn't have the proper health insurance to cover some, or the renter's insurance or whatever else, it is a whole different ball game. They shouldn't be like, if anybody donates to these multimillionaires and to fix their multi-million dollar mansions, yeah, no, dude, get out here. Yeah, that's a level of idiocy that I have yet to ever.
We've got so many. Listen, man, we've got so many people out here that have lost everything during these hurricanes. I'm sure that there are thousands of people in California who are losing everything that they have right now.
Yep.
Like this, I know that the celebrities are going to be who's on the news. Like, I understand that. Like, I get, like, that's the culture that we live in. Like, I completely understand that.
Yep.
But they should be the ones who are the first ones that step up. Like, and I'm not saying that he wouldn't do something like this, right? But like The Rock, somebody like him should be the first one that steps up and is like, I put $10 million into the California Relief Fund. You know what I mean? like he should be like one of the first people, or like some of these other uber rich. Like I heard, I think Mel Gibson lost his home.
Mhm.
And I heard that was the only house that he has, is the one that he had in, there. But um he went on there and was like, it's devastating, but we have the funds, we will recover, stuff like that. So um yeah, his $14.5 million Malibu mansion gone. And I'm trying to find it. He was on Joe Rogan's podcast at the same time that it went down. And then he was on TV the other day talking about it. And he was upset. He said it's devastating, but I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah,
Right?
what are you gonna do? And Mel Gibson, of all people, being a man of faith, there's just some things that are out of the hand. Well, we used to think we're out of the control, out of the hands of mankind, that we couldn't dabble with, but maybe we'll skip right into a tinfoil subject. I don't know about you, but the HARP, the directed energy weapons, we won't get into it, but I just wanted to make reference. Me and Deke are talking about doing maybe at least, or we could even do tinfoil hat skits or little like 15-minute videos with the conspiracy tinfoil hat stuff. For those of you that are used to my channel and whatnot, as you hear the squawk bark of the dreaded bulldog tyrant, do you need to go outside? One moment, everyone. Let me go deal with this before it becomes an issue. But afterwards, I will bring him on camera because he's very photogenic and he likes to making faces at people. So
Yeah,
be
yeah,
right
no
back.
problem, man.
Feel free to go ahead and talk shit if you'd like.
No, I was just so I'm just looking up this Mel Gibson thing because I was pretty sure like that wasn't his only house, right? Like I know, I mean he's worth so much money. Yeah, so this was 2011. 2011, it said that he had $1 billion property empire.
I thought he got rid of a lot of that stuff, and like, didn't he go through that real rough patch, especially after Passion of the Christ? Be right back.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like he still has a few houses, so he's not hurting, right? Like, yeah, he lost his $14.5 million house, and he has a place to stay tonight. Where that's what I'm saying. There's other people who don't, like, that are staying in shelters and stuff, and that's really what we need to focus on, is the people that don't have anywhere to go, instead of the celebrities who, clearly there's places where these people can go. He said he had never seen a place so perfectly burned. Oh, I guess Mandy Moore's got roasted. That's crazy. But yeah, he says he's not devastated by it, obviously, because he has other houses, and even he said that. I don't know. It looks like a lot of these people that had their houses burned have other properties, like we were saying, that's not their only home, so they have somewhere to go. So it's really the other residents of California who are being affected by this, that like they need the funds, they need the government to release resources in order for them to survive effectively. Anyway, yeah, that's crazy. And it's still blazing. I don't.
All right.
Oh man, ahead of another round. So they're saying fire season.
It's
They're
just
saying
getting
fire
started.
season isn't even on us yet. So according to this, they're about to have another round of severe fire weather on the way for California. Because their actual season for peak fire season is May to June. And we're sitting it's not even, we're like halfway through January and their peak season doesn't start. What's that?
Arizona Energy Herbal Tonic.
Nice.
This is my energy drink of choice, only because it doesn't have a lot of the same dumb stuff in it as, I mean, there's sugar in it. Like, let's be real here. Anything in America probably has some level of sugar in it, but it doesn't have the taurine and all the. It has panac ginseng, ginkgo biloba, ECGC, which is green tea, pure green caffeine. But it also has vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin E, potassium in it. This stuff is. I have been a faithful drinker of this stuff for probably. Well, I don't drink soda or carbonated beverages hardly at all anymore. So, this sweet tea and water.
Gotta get that wake up juice, man. I just do straight caffeine. I don't even really drink my caffeine that much. I drink it, or I take a caffeine pill in the morning to help wake me up. And then I usually don't do any caffeine after about 4 or 5 o'clock.
Well, with the ADHD, it's a whole different thing for me. Actually, if you were able to see what's around me, I have a bottle of water. I have my vitamin water, which is my, so I have regular hydration. I have the potassium salts and whatnot for retention of water, and then I have my caffeine beverage. It is a very common thing amongst people with ADHD, multiple beverages for multiple situations. But the caffeine, that just goes back to the days of 714. Rest in peace. That building is now going to be a Sheetz. For anybody in the local Ohio area, there was. Come on, I just had you outside. Do you want to come up? Is that what it is? Come up here. Everyone, this is Sullivan. For those that have not met he is 85-pound English Bulldog, and he is a child tyrant. He throws temper tantrums and growls like a gremlin and must be on Dad's lap at all times. Yep, there you go, Dickie. Thank you.
Good old 7 and 14 truck stop.
Open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, except for Christmas and Easter, I believe. Many in the years of misspent youth, maybe some underage drinking, sitting there sobering up at 7 and 14, drinking coffee to the wee hours of the morning.
Many.
Man, I can only imagine what kind of trouble we would have got. Oh man, real Hungry Man Special. Hungry Man Special. That was my drunk breakfast. 3 eggs, bacon, sausage, hash brown, brown gravy on the and the coffee, which was dark as night and thick as motor oil.
Dude, so much coffee. That's probably why I don't drink as much caffeine now, because I drank so much coffee back then.
Yeah, I mean, I don't go overboard with my caffeine intake anymore. One or two of these Arizonas throughout the day, and maybe a cup of coffee at some point in time. But caffeine has the adverse effect on me. I can drink an entire pot of coffee and then go take a nap. Not many people can do that. I already had you up. Stop pouting at me. Really?
I was trying to find a picture, like a good picture of the outside, but that was before everybody was picture happy, man. That was
Yeah. I know
that was
there's
before, that was before we all had it, had Snapchat and Instagram and stuff on our, cameras on our phones and stuff. It was,
as much as this is a social media platform and at a level, I think it could be, social media has great promise and there are good things about it. But the fact is that social media brought on a standard for things that I don't think we as a society were ready for. Like what people don't understand is that in an age of technology where everything you have, I have a camera on this laptop, a camera in my pocket, I have a camera on my PlayStation. People have cameras all over their doors. Do you guys honestly think that like somebody isn't tapped into that there isn't some agency? I mean, that with the state of the world and everything, the way things are going, man, this stuff terrifies me even talking about it. It's I still have a hard time at times, Deke, rationalizing how we grew up compared to where we are at now. Because and I know every generation does that,
yeah, of course.
But I really, if you go back and look at history and the things that just changed so quickly, like there was a gradual change from 1900 to 1960. And then after that, boom, we doubled, we tripled. Progress for the sake of progress, it leads to terrible, terrible things. I mean, yeah, sometimes you get good things out of it, but most of the time, progress for the sake of progress, there's no goal. At this point, the greed of capitalism has taken over, and people are trying to outdo one another. And you see it in how people treat each other on a daily basis, especially on the internet. Like, seriously, if you don't have thick skin, you should not be on any type of internet or social media. You really shouldn't, because the second you post anything and you hit an algorithm, your stuff can be shown on people you may know, which includes your friends, their friends, and their friends' friends. So your stuff can be shown, and people can say whatever they want on the internet without much recourse. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm all for freedom of speech and all of its purest forms. Yeah, go ahead. Tell me I'm a piece of garbage and all this other stuff. I'm gonna still smile at you. I'll say my piece. Would you stop? I'm about to put you in your room. You were just outside. You just went potty. No, I don't want to go play in the snow. It's nighttime.
Yeah, I think a big part of it too is, like you were saying, the stuff that people weren't ready for, when you've got a place like 7 and 14 that was older, I don't want to call it rundown, but it was kind of run down, in parts of it and everything,
Yeah.
I think that, with technology doing what it did and cameras being everywhere, it was just kind of hard to evolve with that when you're a restaurant like that who, its bread and butter is, truckers, older people, the community, people that have been going in there since they were kids and stuff, are the same people that were going in when they were older. And it's hard to transition that, people aren't going to go in there, especially when, those big fancy places like Firestone Farms were going in, right next door.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Firestone Farms. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I highly recommend.
Yeah, for sure. But when you've got it right across, when you've got something that's got all of the newer stuff, right? You've got Orange Leaf and that what I can't remember the name of it, that Mexican restaurant, and it's got a
Mexico
couple other
City.
restaurants over there, and then it's got the bands that come in in the warmer weather and stuff. You can't compete with that. And then they have food trucks coming in on top of that, and we all know that America is food truck crazed and has been for probably the last 10 years.
Dude, if I were to hit a large sum of money, I would have a food truck. I mean, I like cooking and I have plenty of ideas on what I would do for a food truck. Would you stop? You know, be I think with food trucks, you're in most cases watching food be prepared, or at least the food was prepped and it's being put together. You're seeing everything, and it's coming from the hands of a local level guy and not some big corporation who doesn't give a damn about you. Let's be real here. The last McDonald's meal that was sold in where was that? I know it was Iceland or something like that. They stopped there. There's no longer any McDonald's or fast food places like that. And they took the last burger ever made at that McDonald's, put it in a museum, and it still looks the same today, except it's hard as a brick. Now, let me tell you, for biomatter to not decay, and it's not in any vacuum or anything. It's just in a little glass, thing that you can pull the glass lid off of and look at it. Oxygen getting to it, and it doesn't. I know there's plenty of videos out there that show McDonald's food. And I think in the case of food trucks, it gives people a secondary option for food on the go, but it's actually a lot better. Not to mention, shout out to Birdfish Brewing, Columbia, Ohio. My dude, Sharon Josh. I like all of the food trucks that those guys bring in whenever I'm down there. Come here.
Oh, yeah. So this says that it was after the economic downturn of 2008. There were tariffs put in place on imported goods, and most of what McDonald's was bringing in Iceland was imported. So they were having to pay more to get their, ingredients. And then they had to raise their prices above local competitors who had, locally sourced, obviously everything. Wow. Yeah. So 2009, the only McDonald's that was in Iceland, the one that opened in 1993, put that it was closing, and it caused a giant spike in sales because there was a rush to grab what would be the last what could be the last Big Mac or McDonald's chicken nugget meal that they would ever eat, because you figure unless they're going to travel somewhere with a McDonald's, there's not going to be one coming back. So
yeah. But no, somebody did took one of the last meals on the whether it was the last day or something else. But I remember looking at I'll have to, for the next time, I'll mark down and look the video up, or at least an article on it, or at least try to find the one I read. But yeah, I know if you hit on YouTube in the search bar, I'm sure there's plenty of videos that show that there was a guy I read on I think it was a Reddit forum, that he is like, he had went out with his buddies one night for drinks and whatnot, and was on his way home, got McDonald's, and he had put it in his coat. Well, that night he put that coat in the coat closet, and it got pushed to the back, and like 9 months later, grabbed the coat out and found the burger, and here it was hard. He quoted as it being hard as a hockey puck, but but it otherwise looked the same as the day he bought it. I don't eat fast food anymore from any of the bigger chains, hardly at all. The only one really that I will is Taco Bell, and that's because statistically their food is better.
Taco Bell has nuggets now. I need to go try them. Apparently, Taco Bell has chicken nuggets that are their breading is
The same that they put on the potatoes?
Is tortilla.
Oh, tortilla based.
Yeah.
Are you looking up a picture?
Yeah. Taco Bell chicken nuggets are breaded with a blend of breadcrumbs and tortilla chips. They are marinated in zesty jalapeno buttermilk. Son of a bitch, I gotta try this. I have got to try these. Oh, man.
But
it says a limited time, so I better go try these bitches now. Hold on.
Deke's like, are you gonna DoorDash it?
I don't know, because I already had. I took Randa. I took the kiddo. We went and got Bojangles earlier because she was in the mood for some chicken supremes. So we went to Bojangles. But yeah, look at that. Oh, crispy chicken nuggets available $12.19, limited time only. Man.
With jalapeno honey mustard sauce?
Yeah. Hidden Valley Fire Ranch something, bro. I haven't been to Taco Bell in so long. Like I don't go because I worked there when I was a kid. I worked there for so long that just kind of it's not my thing anymore. Like it's just not.
Bro, it's I won't go to McDonald's. Burger King maybe, and that's like I'm very once in a blue moon. Wendy's once in a blue moon. But never McDonald's. I don't even go. I used to love McDonald's breakfast. Absolutely, breakfast sandwich. Like still to me, no other place breakfast food touches a McDonald's sausage McMuffin with egg. That's just to me that is the perfect breakfast sandwich. But it was actually after I got my second round of COVID. I lost taste and smell for months. I still to this day haven't gotten completely all of it back. There's still some things that I can't smell.
That's what Christian says. Yep. Christian's got the same thing. So what I told him, and I know that this doesn't actually work, guys. So but what I told him is I said we needed to do spicy challenge, and I would just give him we would just go order the spiciest things on the planet and have him devour them and destroy his taste buds until his flavor palette came back.
Yeah, no. When I was living in Palestine, when it happened to me, I was with the first round was with I didn't lose anything. I was still with Amber at that point, and then it was when I got it 2019, and then so that would have been 2021 when I was with Dana. I lost all of it, and I wish I could find a way to get the video. I don't even know if it still exists, but I used to not be all about the spicy stuff. It used to bother me. It used to, I was never the spicy guy. And then when I lost all that, I actually ate my favorite ice cream covered in, I think it was, it's actually a local hot sauce called Satanic Panic. And it's Carolina Reaper and ghost pepper sauce. And it didn't even phase me. And from that, would you stop? From that point forward, as my taste buds came back alive and whatever else, I have a craving for spicy stuff at this point. Now, cayenne pepper minimum in almost everything that I do. Me and my son collectively have like 40 different hot sauces and or hot spices. He has acquired the spicy trade as well.
So that's literally like that's one of my biggest things is I'll eat the shit out of some spicy stuff like all day. Kiddo and I do spicy challenges sometimes. She doesn't go as hot as I do anymore because she kind of reached like her peak. But I used to, before I did my huge weight loss thing, I used to do that all the time. Like if I went out somewhere, I would go and do the hottest thing that they had. I would try it out. Like I would, make a video like how hot is this? I tried one place that had these crazy reviews one time. It was up in Maryland, and it was supposed to be, I think it was called Rebel or something like that. It was supposed to be one of the hottest things that you could ever eat. And I went and got this Rebel burger, and it looked real good, and it smelled spicy. Like I was like, oh man, I'm about to roast my face off. Like let's get this in. And it was like it wasn't a bad burger. Like it was I think it was chicken sandwich. It wasn't bad chicken sandwich. It wasn't spicy at all. I finished eating it, and I thought I should have had some tahini with me. Throw some tahini on that bitch or some Cajun on it or something because it was not.
The hottest challenge locally that I've done actually came from a chain store, which was Arby's. Actually, my moderator Legs, which a message from him referencing stuff from the past. I miss Sobe drinks. They tasted so good to me. He meant to bring it up when I was talking about drinks. Black and blue berry brew. That stuff was delicious. And if you're a Sobe, yeah, you really are. You're door dashing that right now. That's what I like to see, Deke. I'm gonna live vicariously through you.
Spicy ranch sauce. That's what I'm saying.
No, you gotta get one of each of them. You gotta try them all.
No. That's what I'm saying. Creamy chipotle. Oh wait. I can only get 2. It's gonna be creamy jalapeno then. Sorry.
Special instruction that shit. Tell them stop. Would you stop? You're being
recommended sides. No, I don't need no fries.
Get up here.
I don't need none of that shit.
Do you want to get up? You want to get loves? Get up here. No, you don't need up here. You can get up here right next to me. No, your butt. Ugh. Dad's trying to do stuff. It's your big baby. So you can just sit here on my lap, I guess, if that's going to keep you quiet. But the hottest was the Diablo challenge, and Legs. He talked to me. He actually was with me when I did it, and man, Deke, that challenge wrecked me for 2 days. It was bad.
That's what I'm talking about, man. We used to do that stuff all the time. I'm planning on getting back into it because now that
we're up, we'll definitely look up something that has some sort of food type challenge. We can go.
Speaking of when we're up, do you know what Randa wants to do? Randa wants to do the Quaker Steak Challenge.
Oh, the Atomics? Okay. See,
she wants to do the Quaker Steak Atomic Wing Challenge.
You just got to eat it real fast and then suffer through the pain.
Oh, I didn't see this one though. Apparently they got a new one now.
Quaker does.
Yeah.
Above the atomic.
Atomic Scorpion. What is that?
100,000 plus Scoville.
Take the challenge, earn your t-shirt. Are you tough enough to eat heat? What?
I think my tap out is the biggest I went. What's the atomics at? Because I've done the atomic.
I mean, it says atomic is 800,000.
Really?
Because it doesn't have the old atomic on there anymore. It just has atomic Scorpion now.
Okay. What's the one below the atomic Scorpion?
Super recharged.
What's that one at?
It doesn't say what it's at.
Oh. Okay. Now listen. There.
Yeah. So this is what she wants to do. When we were there months back, we had stopped at Quaker Steak because she had never been there, and I was like, oh man, I was like, me and Corv and everybody, like, we used to come out here. I think it was Wednesdays, and do all you can eat wings.
Tuesdays.
And we would come out and do all you can eat wings.
The one in Boardman.
Yeah. And I was telling her about
I remember
she just said, she just looked at the thing, dude, and she was like, is that a spicy challenge, Dad? And I was like, oh, the atomic challenge? I said, yeah, that's spicy wings. And she just, like, her eyes got all wide. She was like, I need to do that.
I remember the Boardman one night, me, Simon, and Mikey here, we went up, and I think me and Matt, I think that was our senior year of high school. So Mikey would have been a sophomore, junior. But Matt and Mikey ate over 100 wings. I ate 87, and they literally told us that they were cutting us off because we were about to eat their entire day's worth of profits. There was some green haze superpower at work at that time. So at least for me and Mikey at the time. But yeah, it was I miss the all you can eats. There's not many places that do the dude. I've been to 2 different all you can eat Chinese buffets. And man, nowadays, like, as soon as they think you're done, they are trying to push you out the door, coming with a check made and everything else. Like the one I had to look at, I'm like, we're not done. We're just taking a second, figuring out what else we want to try and everything else. Like,
most places are starting to put a time limit on it now. Like, so we go to this spot. It's called Q Sushi, and they do it's all you can eat sushi. It's unlimited sushi, but you can only be in there for an hour and a half. Now, I've never seen them actually follow that, but I mean,
do they serve sake?
If there's a lot of people in there, I don't push it. You know what I mean? If there's a lot of people when me and Miranda are there, like, I don't push that hour and a half, and we're usually not there that long. But there's been a few times where we have had a large group of people with us, and we've been in there for, probably about hour 45 minutes, pushing 2 hours, and they've never said a word to us. So,
well, yeah, when you come in a big party like that, you're probably going to tip well. There's, whatever, and what is it, party 6 or more, they can automatically do 20%. So I mean,
yeah, some places can do that. Luckily, they don't, though, which they usually end up getting 20% when we're there, because they do a good job when we have a big party. They don't do such a good job when it's just me and Miranda, to be honest. It's still delicious, don't get me wrong, it's still good food, so I don't worry about it too much, but I've noticed that they're very slow when it's just me and Miranda. So, like, I mean, I get it. We're probably not a priority because it's just the two of us, and plus she's skinny as can be, so they don't think she's gonna eat, and then she does.
Oh, you doing your laundry? You can. I need the blankets and the sheets. You can bring. Actually, no, just everything that's in there. Just toss it on my bed. I'll deal with it after I'm done with my stream. Yeah. I'm all down for whatever food challenges. They don't even need to be spicy. I'm sure we could find some decent ones within driving distance of home here. Um, definitely looking forward to a foodie day. Like I think we should do like a stop at a couple of different places, and check some shit out. There's what was it? There was this one. I don't remember the name now. There's one in Columbus that I was down there for a lawn care seminar, and I had read about it when we went in there to eat. It was some sort of food challenge. I can't even remember the name of the place. I can't remember anything. Damn it. Moving right along. So we've covered some games. We covered modern topics, some general. What other things should we touch base on? How about we do so get into the fact that here in upcoming we're gonna even if we have to do something separate, as soon as I can get a GoPro going and whatnot, me and Deke are gonna definitely maybe do some paranormal stuff. We're gonna go look at some haunted places. I know there's a whole lot up here in Ohio. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I want to do. I know Randa wants to do. What is it? West Virginia Penitentiary? Because the last couple of times that we went up there, we were planning on doing it, but we were up there during like Halloween season, and they have like some special events, and I guess you can't. I guess you can't do like under 18 people when they're doing their Halloween events, because everything that I went on here to try to look at was like 18 plus, no kids allowed. And I was like, whoa, that's not, I mean, I'm trying to bring my kid in, like, call me a bad parent if you want to, but like she loves all of this paranormal stuff. Like she watches, what is it, Sam and Colby and some of this other stuff. So like she's on it. Like she's trying to do this stuff all the time. So she's been talking about it for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And even if I have to like message them and figure out a way to do it, oh, okay. So they're closed right now for the winter, which makes sense because it's cold as balls.
Yeah.
They said they reopen April 1st.
Okay. Is there like a tour that you have to do, or?
So they've got a couple of different things. They've got guided tours. They've got a photo tour. They've got private paranormal investigations, public ghost hunts. The Twilight tour is probably what I would do. It looks like they've got like so they've got a 3-hour Thriller Thursday. It's a Thursday tour. Or they've got a Twilight tour. That's 3 hours as well. Then
What's the Twilight tour?
It's 13 and up.
Okay. So they don't get into any of the gruesome stuff. I actually don't remember.
Oh no, maybe they do, because this one's 45 minutes. It's the Dungeon Haunted House. Join us on a nightmarish trip of why am I not?
So why West Virginia Penitentiary?
Because apparently it's super haunted. According to what everybody says, it's super haunted, and there are apparently a lot of legit paranormal researchers who have gone in there and gotten stuff. Okay, so this is what was the 18 plus, was the public ghost hunt is 18 plus, and the private paranormal investigations is 18 plus. But I wonder if that makes me wonder if it's 18 plus to book it, and can a less than 18-year-old be with me? You know,
Hmm.
because that's the
All
same
right.
with the photo tours 18 plus, because it's not guided.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if that's what it is. I'm gonna have to find out.
I mean, I wouldn't mind getting a group of people together. Um, Now, are we just gonna go with basic cameras and phones, or is this something that you want to like? Are you gonna like get some of the like
I'm
the
not planning on
EKGs
getting
and
anything extra. I'm probably going to bring the GoPros and my Nikon camera. Um, I'm sure Randall will bring her Canon that she's been messing with. And I told her that if she wanted to do anything extra with this, like if she wanted to do any, paranormal type stuff or whatever, that she would have to use, her money and go on Amazon and tell me what she wanted. And she would have to pay for it because I wasn't.
okay, seems legit. Give me one moment.
Oh, hello. Your order has been picked up and your dasher is on the way. Yeah. Bring me my food. It's not guided. Roam at your own pace and leisure. Sign a waiver, obviously. Access to the areas that are not accessible to the public on a regular basis. Oh. Sugar Shack, Boiler Room, Infirmary, Psych Ward, North and South Rec Yards, North Hall, Visitation, Cell Blocks. So in June, July, and August, you're sharing it with, so you would want to do it outside of those. Special pricing for filming. Okay. So $100 a person is just for taking photos, not recording. Okay.
Okay, apologies. What you got up there, D? Still the same stuff.
Yeah, same stuff. I was looking at the photo. Obviously, you walk around and do whatever you want. It had a little thing up about all the areas you're allowed to go into, which looks like a lot. Cell blocks, infirmary, all that stuff. It said that there's a separate. It said there's a separate price for doing the for doing filming, but I'll just message. We'll find out what the price is for filming, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
But I told her I told her to make a list. So if Trent wants to do this kind of stuff too, you guys should get a list together, so we can kind of plan these out. We'll hit up
Yep.
the penitentiary, and then we'll hit up any other
Well,
nonsense.
I mean, just in my local area, I mean, we got Les Lock and Landerman's Mill and Crybaby Bridge. Hell, they even did that book. What was it, a couple years ago? The where it was the top. What is it? Top 23 haunted places in Ohio.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
And quite coincidentally, all in Northeast Ohio. Actually, me and Boley were talking about this earlier, dealing with like space and stuff, and the overwhelming amount of astronauts that come from Ohio. What is it about Ohio that makes you have the most bars and most churches per capita than most places in America, most haunted, and also makes people want to flee the earth?
Well, I mean, everybody's trying to get out of Ohio, man.
I like Ohio.
Okay, I'm sure there's a lot of people who like Ohio.
Yeah,
They're trying to get out.
Yeah,
It's the heart of it all, man. Too bad it's not beating.
Right. You're not lying. Fake laugh fighting real pain.
Yeah, man. Look, you got Neil,
Yep.
John Glenn,
Uh-huh.
Nancy Curry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know none of these other people. I know those three. I don't know nobody else, but
yeah, I mean,
you got 6 astronauts from Ohio right there. Like, listen.
At some point in time, I mean, Birdfish is kind of the exception because they have pinball and it's more family oriented than anything. But I would like to do, because the breweries have been a big come up in the local area. I mean, I think there's like 7 of them right now in the localized area. I mean, you have Birdfish, Numbers, Noble Creatures.
Oh, shit. Hey, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Yep. Wow. Deke is running off. Me and him discussed some things. So me and him are going to be collaborating on Sundays and Thursdays, which means my normal Twitch streams for video gameplay will be Friday and Saturday. Though I may do some extra at any point in time. Thursday through Sunday is when I will be doing live streaming. At least that's what it looks like. It could be subject to change. Legs, I'm gonna sit down with you and we're gonna go ahead and get a schedule pounded out and something agreed upon. I can, there is, I can put no end time, but I want to try to get on to a dedicated schedule, hitting it every time. But I do want to throw this out there for the people that are watching. I know, like, maybe is it Bird or whoever else, but those that might come across this video, at any point in time, if there's something that you want to see me and Deke, ha, the chicken nuggets have arrived.
Yeah, it's here. Got me my chicken nuggies and a drink. Oh, shit.
Man, if you're going to munch, I might have to get something to munch on.
See how this goes, shall we? I can open the box. Damn. So that's interesting. They're definitely small compared to. I should have ordered some McDonald's.
That's how big they are?
Yeah, that's how big they are, dude. I should have ordered some Donald's nuggets because they're definitely not big as Donald's nuggets. Definitely not big as Donald's nuggets, but we'll see. We'll see how this is. I'm guessing the Chipotle Ranch is this other one. So hold on.
Which one's that? Mm-hmm.
This is the spicy ranch, and the other one's the creamy jalapeno.
Uh-huh.
Okay. They're good. They are not the same as McDonald's chicken nuggets for sure. You can definitely taste the tortilla that they got going on in here.
Okay.
You can definitely taste it. I will say though, you can taste the chicken more than you can in McDonald's ones.
Really?
Mm-hmm. This chicken is like it's pretty tender. Like it's some juicy chicken. Juicy.
So you would say that better
nice
than
it's nice and moist is what I would say. Yeah.
Would you say they're better than the McDonald's nuggets?
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'll let you know.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm going to say they're better. They're definitely different. I would eat these. How should I put this? They just have a different texture. Like they're a different texture. It's a whole different thing on your flavor palette. Like if I was specifically wanting nuggets, I would probably go get these. If I was going for nuggies, fries, to get kiddo a Big Mac, whatever, then I would obviously still always go to McDonald's. These are good.
You know what?
Oh, shit.
What?
That creamy jalapeno. That shit's good, bro. That creamy jalapeno is where it's at.
Like, is it like spicy?
No, it's just a little hit. It's just a little hit, but you can definitely tell it's there, You know what would win though is if they had spicy chicken nuggets. They would be beating the crap out of McDonald's if they had these in a spicy variety.
Well, that's like the eternal battle of hotheads versus Chipotle. I love hotheads because I get the selection of 4 different cheeses and 13 different sauces. Chipotle is hipster-like, and their queso sucks. It's if you actually go on and look at the research, Taco Bell has a much higher quality and standard for their food products than any of the other places. Now,
yeah, no, I've seen the research. Like I know the data's there. Like I have nothing against Taco Bell.
Oh yeah. Except for the fact
my problems with going to Taco Bell is literally just because I worked there for like 6 years or whatever, and it was probably not that long. What, like 4 years? I don't know, however long it was.
Yeah.
When I was younger, and I got a bad taste for it. Like I just don't like it anymore. But I like these, and I will go for these. I will go for this shit.
I might have to figure a way to check those out. So paranormal food stuff. The other thing me and Diggy have planned is we're gonna try to get specifically we're gonna try to get dad gamers involved, because we're gonna, in the case of both me and Deke, both of our kids, they like to clown and game. We've talked things like Among Us, Phasmophobia, other things like that. That the big thing is, and it'll have to wait until after I get a little settled in here more. But I am gonna go grab my own Switch, and I am really down for the Cursed Mario Party thing. And if the kids aren't involved, then it's going to be Mario Party with drinks associated to colored squares. But
also, we got to look into getting a paintball game together.
a what?
Paintball?
Oh, dude, I don't have a gun. I haven't had a gun for.
Me neither. I don't have one. I haven't had one in years. I still want to go play. There's places around here. I'm sure we can find one in Ohio that provides the gun and stuff.
Maybe. I mean, I'm not raw dogging in a t-shirt and stuff though, dude. Like if I go, I want to actually have, a place that actually gives you the gear. Dude,
I mean,
I'm 40 years.
I'll probably wear some stuff, and then I might take some shit off and then get shot with it. I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I'll do.
No, I haven't. Man, it's been. Oh, the last time was
probably... man. It's been some years since I did paintball, bro. It's been
been a couple of years. When my buddy Logan and his wife Melissa moved into their place in Sullivan, or maybe was that still Adrian? In when they lived in Adrian, Michigan, I don't know, but it was at his house for his birthday. We played paintball, and yeah, that was a good time. But that's literally been the last time. Somebody messaged me.
Oh yeah, man! Right here, Latonia. Latonia's got a place. Woods Paintball. It's $34.50 for 500 paintballs, air, goggles, carrying belt, a Tippmann 98 custom. You're good to it looks like they provide everything. You're good to go.
Okay.
$34.50. We could go smash.
Okay.
And then there's a separate group rental package if we have 10 players or more.
Okay.
We can get that done. We could definitely go do some paintball. All right, so I finished these nuggets.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna go get some more of those nuggets. Not tonight, but
that's what I was waiting on. Is this motherfucker really about to fucking DoorDash and gonna get some more done?
No, I ain't doing that shit again tonight, but I will definitely order those again. But I do want to check something else out while I'm sitting here. So that was a 10-piece. That's where McDonald's is gonna just keep killing it, man. So that 10-piece from Taco Bell was $8.35.
Is that including the DoorDash add-on or before the DoorDash add-on?
That's before the DoorDash.
Okay, $8.49.
And McDonald's 10-piece chicken nuggets is $5.77.
At that point, it's a conscious choice to pay the extra for better quality.
Right.
That's literally it. Like, yeah, it sucks, and that's the state of the things.
But you've also got.
Oh, hey, Deke, Miss Meg O'Malley is watching stream right now.
Oh, that's cool. What's up, Meg?
Yeah, on Twitch, Ugly Critters. She and actually she introduced me. we should. I should give Glenn a call, Meg, and maybe bring him in on a generalized chat with me and Deke here. I think that would get interesting real fucking quick. A streamer friend of hers, he's the one I told you that she introduced me to, and a bunch of his people came in and subbed in on my Twitch.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I love that chick, man. She was my sister's like best friend growing up.
Mm-hmm. But Glenn, she told Glenn about me, and Glenn was like, "All right, you got to get this dude on the phone and do a phone interview for my show and stuff." And now I've been on twice now, and I'm sure at some point in time there will be more to that. But Meg just said Glenn would love to interview Deke, so we'll remind me in upcoming weeks, Deke. You missed my last call in, Meg. What the F? But
tell her she's messing up. It's that Eastern Pennsylvania. That's how it affects you. It gets into your brain and it just eats away.
No, you can't bring that up to generalized talk. Why is it that you are the only one? No, we don't talk about. No. Meg said, "Go Birds," though, and bro, your mom is from Philly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've all seen the tragic end in that story.
Oh, you had. Would you stop? You are terrible. Nobody likes a loudmouth. I should know. I am one.
Same, bro. Same.
Yep. But no, remind me upcoming weeks to get in touch with Glenn, and we'll add him into this, and then we can. Glenn's an interesting dude, to say the least. He lives in New York, and he is definitely an interesting guy, to say the least. Real good dude, though. Like he gave me an outlet to talk about a lot of stuff that I was going through and some of the BS that I had gone through in my life, and tell some of my crazy stories that most people would look and go, no, that's BS. And I'm like, and then Meg has verified. She's like, nah, Corv. Oh, okay. That's why he's good at what he does. Meg said Glenn hosted a public access call-in show in New York through the late 80s.
Okay, that's cool. Holy crap.
Oh, you have the stream up. Okay, you're seeing it.
Holy crap. Hold on.
What?
If Glenn goes on tonight, I might call in about Chesney, laugh my ass off. Is that Chesney?
Yes.
Holy crap! I haven't heard that name in so long.
The only time I hear about it or even think about it.
Holy crap! I haven't thought about that chick in like 15 years, dude. Holy crap! That's insanity. I don't even know what to say. Like I haven't even thought about that name. I'm trying.
Yeah, I haven't.
Back in my brain about the last time I even saw that crazy person, and I think it was with Meg's crazy ass. And what's his name?
Wyatt.
What's his name? Glasses. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like his features, but he looked like he was nerdy. He had glasses.
Meg said she's been following her Meg's entire life.
Let her follow you. That's cool. It's good to have friends like that. You know, if people was following me, I'd probably be doing different stuff. But you know, man, I can't. This is gonna eat me up all night, like trying to think of what this dude's name was.
It'll come to you.
It will. It'll come to me. It'll come to me eventually.
Meg says no. Keep her the fuck away. I'm in agreement, and that is one story that Glenn will not get out of me.
Did she go crazy pants? I mean, she was always a little crazy pants, but I mean, like more crazy pants.
Meg's the dude from your school, right? Was his name Greg?
I don't know. No, because he used to hang out with us at 7 and 14. Because I'm trying to think in my head, the last time I remember hanging out with Chesney, we were at 7 and 14 with like Jesse and Barb and you and somebody else. And then somebody was leaving. I was supposed to give them a ride home. It ended up being me, Meg, Chesney, that freaking dude. And we ended up at somebody's house and everybody was drinking their faces off. I want to say we ended up at Heisey.
Probably.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember. It was because it was a drunken stupidity night because all I remember was us all drinking our faces off. And when I woke up, there was like two other people there.
At Cody's house, was it? What he's referencing? Yeah, that's the oh man. Now nostalgia and I'm remembering things. Meg's like maybe.
It was ridiculous, drunken, whatever.
But
every single time.
For those watching, the person we are talking about, we dubbed her the Sarlacc because anything that was gotten by her would be slowly digested and destroyed over 1,000 years.
I know, Meg. I know that's why I'm racking my brain trying to figure out which one it was because I just remember, and nothing that's coming to mind would help that scenario at all because all that's coming to my mind is her with her tits out. That other girl that I'm trying to think of her name with her tits out, and
there were a lot of boobs
and what's his name? One of our former good friends. I won't mention his name on here. Crying in a corner somewhere, but that was how many nights did we have that were exactly like that? Like you can't narrow it down from that.
Dick, message me, friend in corner. I don't recall that. Oh, Angie Petrichoff.
That chick. Yes, that chick.
Oh, no.
I haven't thought of that chick either, dude. We can't talk about these people. I haven't thought about these weird people in forever.
Oh, I got no.
That Angie girl, man.
Angie used to be a good friend, and then
she was the most cock blockingest ass person I have ever met in my life.
That'll be a private discussion if we decide to have that discussion. But no, Angie has never wronged me, but Angie is definitely crazy pants.
Is she? I don't know. I only saw her at the parties. Like we didn't, I never hung out with her outside of like the drunken stupidity.
Meg, I bring the nightmare fuel. She was crazy like it. Oh, there's been a couple of them. There's been a couple of doozies. Like thankfully, like all of my exes like are normal crazy, like not like those types of crazy. Except for Bentley. Bentley was the only normal one, I think, in all reality.
I'll give you that.
Yep. It's not a false statement. That's why the
I'll give you that. Aaron's good people. Like if Aaron ever needed anything and I had it, like she can have it. Like
her and Jeremy both have been friends of mine for a long time, and it's I don't get to talk to her or Jeremy nearly as much as I would ever like to. But if she was in town and said, "Hey, Corv, It's been like that since we were 13, girl. You're a lifelong friend. What do you need help with? There's certain. Meg apparently saw her in California. I think you posted that, wasn't it? Like in a random chance encounter or something that, like, you were both, or did she come out to see you, or I don't remember. I remember the picture a few years ago. As soon as you typed that, I remember it just sparked in my memory warehouse. Uh, it's weird how that somebody like me with the ADHD shit is, man. You can reference something from years ago, and they're
Oh, that's cool. So that's what I was going to try to do. We were talking probably like right around COVID time. I was supposed to go to Utah because I wanted to go do some dune buggy like shit around the sand dunes or whatever. And she lives like in that like near there, not near, but like near enough to like we could meet up and we could all do some stuff. But like pandemic, everything else was going on, like nobody was going anywhere, and it just never happened. I mean, if she's still down there next year, I'll probably do it. But I think she said that they were getting ready to move at some point.
Yeah, I mean, Uncle Sam tells Jeremy he has to go somewhere. He has to go somewhere. It is what it is. Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else we can get into here. What we've been? How long have we been streaming now, Deaky?
I don't know, 2 hours, something like that.
2 hours? It's not bad.
I ate some food. It was delicious. So now I'm good.
Now you're good. I've been sitting there. I munched on the remnants of dinner. Let's see what else we can. I definitely at some point in time want to do a poll on the YouTubes once we get some more content up, and maybe do a subscriber suggestion for certain content, or I mean in most content creators cases, feed us ideas if there's things that you want us to do or talk about, because essentially this is going to be me and Deke's like little TED Talk podcast.
I mean, it's just talking shit. I mean,
just talking shit. Yeah. But if there's certain topics that you want us to talk about, anybody who's watching, please throw something out there. If there's something, I mean, Meg's been doing great here, except for giving us nightmares for the rest of our existence.
I'm good with it, man. I like the nostalgia talk though, because sometimes right, when I'm at home, somebody will start, talking to me about somebody. And listen, I know you and I have talked about this before, Corv, but there's so many times where somebody will stop and talk to me when I'm in Ohio. And like, I know them, like I see, on their face, like this is a person, I used to interact with, and they walk away and Christian will look at me and go, "You don't have a clue who the fuck that is, dude." Nope, not at all. Nope. If they're not on my Facebook, my Instagram, anything like that, where like I've kept contact with them over the years, dude, I don't know who half these people are. So when I hear stuff like this, and people start bringing other people up, like I would have never thought of that Chesney girl again in my life if she didn't just type that right there. You know what I mean? Like, you
keep saying her name, she's going to materialize, and then you're going to be stuck with her, and that's a terrible.
Well, I never had a problem with her. You guys did. Well, I mean, maybe she's more crazy pants. I don't know. Time changes people. But
Meg, would he have a problem with it today? I remember the last time I saw her was a little bit after what he was saying, and I know. Actually, was that on a joint? That was on a joint video call with me and you, and I think your friend Cassie was in on that call too.
She said it's strange days.
No, we were sitting there, and apparently Chesney called Meg, and I was already on the phone with Meg and her friend Cassie, and Chesney pops on, and dude, completely just topless, just no reason, and I'm like, what the?
There you go. That's exactly what I'm talking about. You can't narrow down an experience because it's always just topless Chesney. I'm not complaining, okay, because I am a man and I like to see some titties. So I'm not
Not those
complaining.
ones.
I'm just saying
Not those
you
ones.
can't narrow stuff down when that's always the thing.
Nope. Nope. It's not just that. My experiences with Chesney are very unique, and
I don't know if they're
yeah,
unique.
they ain't really what
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. I mean,
Uh, um,
yeah.
but yeah, no, my experiences with Chesney are very unique, and I want them left in the past. To be very honest with you, like
Well,
no,
I think
again,
you came to the wrong place, man. I think Meg is gonna be drudging up some past stuff. She's probably gonna go get some
she
other
always
people.
does. She always
She'll be
does.
like,
Every
hey
time
guys,
she pops on here, she
Deacon
comes.
Corv are doing this bullshitting thing on Sundays. We should all go in there and drudge up the past, and that's what's gonna happen.
Oh no.
Oh,
No,
you
Meg
blocked her
said,
today? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't block anybody. I
I
don't
do.
block anybody. Listen, I've got people on my Facebook, my Instagram, on my Snapchat that I haven't talked to in so long, and I just leave everybody on there because even if I'm not good with you, I will leave you on there, and you can see me out here living my life, going to Universal, hanging out, drinking, having a good time, going to Turkey and Greece and shit. You watch me live it up.
Well, no, what Meg just said right there. Like, unless if you do something really stupid, like you've really wronged me, and or you're just, anybody knows me, former addict. So if you're in the real partying lifestyles and whatnot, I can't be a part of it.
Well, yeah,
No,
no. I get that. Yeah, I get
no
that.
judgment towards anybody expressing their free will, doing whatever. That's between you and God. I pass no judgment, but I can't be around it. That's why I've been really just in my temple of solitude here. Um, you know, I'll block people who aren't good for my well being. And my most recent growth as a human being has shown me that I don't mind having the virtual friends and talking with a community and ideas and whatnot. But as far as the people who know what's really going on in my life, that circle is very, very small. You know, and my life has started becoming so much better, and I've learned those boundaries and those those walls that need put up sometimes. And recently there's been a couple of them in my own life that I literally had to go, nope, you are no longer a positive for my well being. You are a detriment. Goodbye. I am never speaking. I'm good on all that. You know, there at this point in my life and at my age, dude, like, ain't no use, dealing with toxic ass fucking people. Yeah, but like Mike said, chop. I, I not only do I sharpen my scissors daily, but I will light that bridge on fire and stand on it as it burns to the ground because I want people to know I'm serious about cutting ties with people.
See, I don't know. That's probably where I'm a little different, man. Like I don't really have a lot of that. Like the people that I, cut off or stop talking to and stuff. It's usually not because they're a toxic piece of shit. It's usually because I'm just not doing the things that they're doing and I move on.
Oh, no, not talking to somebody is one thing. I have a bunch of friends on social media that I haven't spoken to in eons, but that's what social media is good for. At some point in time, you could message me and pick right up where we left off. It's fine. No, what I'm talking about is as soon as, and that goes back to what I was saying earlier about the too quick an advancement of technology with social media. Too many people willing to do a lot of this behind a screen and say some toxic stuff or threaten to do toxic stuff because there is no physical repercussion. There's nobody punching them in the face, or no, in most cases, no law enforcement that's going to deal with it anyways.
Well, yeah, I mean the keyboard cowboy thing isn't going away. Like that's not.
And when people start doing that, that's when I start blocking people and cutting people off. I'm like, I don't, if you can't have a civilized discussion with me, then why are you even a part of my life? Yo.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. Mine is more, mine is more these people that, I've had I've had a lot of people in my life who see me doing stuff, right? They see me, posting that, me and my kid are at Universal this weekend, or, me and my kid are, at Busch Gardens or the beach or whatever. And they just, obviously not on my posts because they're not going to do this, where other people can see them. But I'll just start getting messages like, that are just nasty, talking about not everybody can live it up like this. You should be lucky and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, what? Yeah, I know. That's why I'm doing what I do, because one day I might not be able to. So I've got to do it now. Like that's it. Like I've lived that, life where I didn't make any money and couldn't do anything. And all I ever did was go to work and stuff, Meg, it's been plenty of people that you guys don't know, because it's most of them are, people that I met in North Carolina or Florida and stuff like that. But some of it, was people from up home. Like for a good example, is Jesse. I haven't talked to that dude in years because he had some choice stuff to say about me, like traveling, going to North Carolina, for work and stuff like that, because, we couldn't find jobs, in Ohio. He had some crap things to say to me about that. And then he got real offended because I don't even know if they were still dating at the time. Like him and Candy had dated at one point, and then I don't even think that they were together, but they were like still hanging out or whatever. And she was like, hey, I'm going to North Carolina, to hang out with Deke and his roommates. And he got super offended because he didn't want to go. He was invited. Everybody said, bring your ass down. We have room for you. Let's go. He chose not to come down. And then he got mad at me because Candy chose to come down and hang out. Like, dude, that's between you two. Like, that's not on me. He had already said some stuff about, me going to North Carolina in the first place. And then I've literally never spoken to him since.
No, I haven't spoken to Jesse. I mean, I still am the bigger guy, and I've messaged him the last couple of years on his birthday, but we haven't spoken since I got sober, and not because of him partying or whatever. At the time, and we talked about this, and we probably shouldn't be listing as many names as we probably are, or at least referencing last names at some level. We're gonna have to really look into that and see what we're allowed to say, because I don't want to get us.
We can say whatever we want. If they get offended, they get offended.
Okay, I just don't want to, like I said, the last thing I want to do is invoke any type of like legal matter. But
no, we're not. As long as you're not accusatory and defaming somebody and stuff.
Oh yeah, no. But at that point in my life, and the ex, we lived that poly lifestyle, and the chick he was interested in, but she's still a friend of mine, and I mean she's still chill with him, and me and her have said that I don't understand what his issue is, but she was interested in hanging out with me and Dana and whatnot, and Jesse felt some sort of way about that, and she came out one weekend and hung out with me and Dana, and then we stopped talking, and that was the end of it. Like, it's like, bro, like, you can't, like, just because you like a chick, if she's not reciprocal, if a man likes a woman and she's not reciprocating that affection or emotion, you don't, just because you like her doesn't mean you own her, you have dibs on her or whatnot. That is, to say that's ridiculous. It's technically the woman's choice on what she wants. I don't know about you, Deep, but I've never claimed a woman or did that's it seems like weird to get mad at somebody because the woman you like. I mean, I can understand a little bit of jealousy and feeling some sort of way about it, but to end one of your best friendships over it, like
some people are petty like that, man. I won't talk trash on him because I really do think that he's a decent person.
he is. He's
But
absolutely a great
not
dude.
wanting to talk to someone because someone that you were all already friends with doesn't like you and wants to spend time with the other person is not it's not mentally there, man. Like it's not like something is going on in your head that you need to go talk to a therapist or something and get where. And Meg just said mental health, mental illness. Okay,
Well,
yeah,
not only
that's
that,
exactly what it is. And I'm not saying that in a negative, like you need to be locked up way or something. But like some people really just need to go talk to somebody who is not their family and not their friends and get some stuff sorted out. Even if it's little stuff, like you need to do that from time to time because
dude, I did 6 months.
It's not healthy.
I did 6 months of therapy to get through a lot of the stuff that I went through over this summer. And yeah, no, you're not wrong. And to clarify, at that time in my life, I was an addict and I was prone to do crazy things and say crazy things. Meg can attest to this. So I'm not saying that Jesse doesn't have some valid level of being mad at me, but and I remember days when if you had beef with one of your buddies, you punched each other in the face, you drank a beer, and it was done.
Well, yeah.
Bro, if it was that bad, why didn't we? But you're still talking it out in one way, shape, or form. If you're talking out with your fist, you're talking out with fist and word. You're still working on it. But to just I cut people off that say stupid, real dumb stuff, like they're gonna come to my house and all. No, I'm immediately, that's harassment level. You're done. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about. But to nix one of your best friends over something like this, and like I said, I mean, I'm pretty sure I said some level of offensive stuff. I'm sure I say a lot of things that offend people at different levels. It's just, I don't know, man.
No, I get what you're trying to say
because dude, he would
level,
this blank space right here on our screen, Dick, would be perfect with him in this right now.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like on some level, you just need to hash it out. Like you need to have a face to face. You need to, talk it out, talk shit about what happened. If that ends up in a fist fight, I mean, oh well, like you get your feelings out. But he's just one of those people, and there's very many of them, right? Like he's just one of those people who doesn't confront. He's non-confrontational. He doesn't confront, his problems or his feelings. And he just lets that fester and lets it stew. And I mean, most good friendships, right? Like most people who have been friends for 30 years, and stuff like that, they've had issues. Like they've had arguments and they've gotten through the arguments and got over them and moved on to the other side, right, of what's going on. It's that whole keeping everything bottled up, being distant, not talking to people. That's what kills friendships. It kills relationships. And again, I know everybody says this, and it's true, but communication is key. Whether it's friendships, relationships, whatever it is, it's communication. And if you're not going to talk to somebody, and like there's people that don't talk to me. I've done stuff when I was younger and stupid. And I've tried apologizing for it and they won't talk to me. That's fine. That's their choice. I'm not going to force them to talk to me and, be cool about it. If they're not cool, they're not cool. But I've apologized, said my piece, moved on, and if they're not willing to do that, then that's on them. and
Yep.
then there's something, there's something
Well,
to
see,
do.
that's the biggest lesson I learned in the last couple of months is that no matter what happens, I can only control me. I can only do me. I was so caught up in a lot of other people's lives and my friends' lives or girlfriends or whatever else that for a long time I forgot me. And so I learned going through that talk session that you were referring to with my therapist, you know, you confront a lot of things and you're absolutely right. And it is learned wisdom, like that, like I said earlier in this live stream, where we are talking about things from personal experiences. We're not sitting here trying to be hypocritical. Literally, this is what we've learned in most cases through our own failures, our own problems, our own, maybe at some level somebody will watch these streams and go, man, you guys are right, and that stops him from going through that downward spiral into oblivion, like so many of us men have been there. And that's I think we should do the men's mental health awareness month in June. I think we should definitely do something planned for that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But a lot of us do face those demons. Yeah, it's sorry, hamster fell off the wheel.
Yeah, it happens, man. It happens.
Yeah.
That's my ADHD going. I can jump through all of the hoops all day.
Yeah, no, I was going along with the train of thought, and then a random intrusive thought came in out of nowhere, and hamster fell off the wheel, and so now trying to find where the wheel is at. Now we're gonna get into another.
That's that impulse control, man. That's why sometimes I've got alerts set up on my phone for my bank account and stuff, because that impulse control, man, that shit'll get you.
You ain't lying.
Especially when you got that ADHD going on. That impulse control, man, it's a monster.
ADHD with severe impulse control disorder.
It's wild, man. I'm telling
you. That is I've actually the last not just the last 6 months, but over the last couple of years, I've done a lot of research and talked with my family doctor and talked to some other therapists and whatnot, and finally getting the proper formal diagnosis and knowing for sure. I have a couple of apps on my phone that I use for different things, but those only help to a degree, and having alerts and doing something on your phone only helps to a certain degree. The biggest problem for me, and it's terrifying, because with impulse control disorder, I go through these bouts of I want that. I need that. It just, whatever it was just popped in. I want it. But then executive dysfunction gets in the way. And then I'm like, I want to do this, but I don't know how I'm going to do this. And that completely, then executive dysfunction, whatever the actual, what I was wanting to do or whatever originally when we got into this branch off over here, is now fucked up. So now you're caught in a double headspace of executive dysfunction, and then you end up just sitting there on a couch, and that's why I think when I'm sitting down, I try to be as movement oriented as possible using my hands and other things, because and it's taken a long time for me to learn how to control what I can. There is an acceptance level of understanding that there is some parts of my ADHD and my impulse control that I will probably never gain full control of.
Right.
But
that's all of us, right? Like that's
at a level, yeah. When we talk about facing things, facing your problems and whatnot, if you're really doing that shadow work, that mental therapy and talking to somebody professionally and going through all that, it means facing a lot of personal demons and a lot of deep dark stuff that most people don't even really want to. And my anger is associated a lot with my impulse. So learning to control that aspect in and of itself is a huge victory in and of itself. Now the rest of the impulses, we'll work at those one at a time. But there are some, like my impulse to literally, as soon as I eat, it doesn't matter when I've eaten at any point in time. I can literally go from snacking at all periods through the day to not eating for 3 days because I just forgot to eat.
Yeah.
And and that's, bro, you don't realize it until that third day, and because you've been just, you get.
I don't know what it's actually called, that like that hormone or whatever that makes you want to stop eating and says, hey,
Cortisol.
Enough, right?
It's the negative hormone.
So I don't produce enough of it. So I'm never not hungry.
Okay.
So I have to like hopefully, like if my ADHD is like on high alert today and I don't eat, that's a good day for me because I'm not gonna eat I'm not gonna eat trash all day and stuff like that. But I have to like consciously think about, like, I have my Fitness Pal app, all that stuff, because I like have to consciously be like, this is what I ate, this is what I ate, this is what I ate. You don't need more food. You don't need to eat more food.
I catch myself after I've snacked on like 3 pieces of cheese and a piece. But see, I don't do a whole lot of sweet treats and actual like snack junk food. My big ones are cheese. Bro, I will eat cheese until like I can't poop for a week. It's like, and I love,
Not like
I
my
love,
kid.
bro. And, up in the dead of night, and I've been, and I'm sure anybody else with the ADHD isms will attest to this. Sometimes you just wake up at the end of one of those 3 day sprints of not eating, or 2 day, and you just wake up in the middle of the night. And you're like, man, I gotta eat something, and there you are. Somebody comes out the kitchen, catches you like with like on like
Working on my night cheese.
night cheese. Yes.
I know. I'm with that. I'm with that. That's why, like, if I don't have anything going on, like I don't have anybody coming over, nothing's like, I don't have any of that stuff in the house. Like, Randa's got her little drawer with like her cheese stuff and her Ronies, because that's what we do. But I drastically avoid it when I can, because I know that if it's in the house, I'm going to smash it. Like, we were literally talking about Taco Bell chicken nuggets, and I ordered them bitches on DoorDash, and I was eating them on the stream. Like, that's my entire life. Like the other day when I was talking to you on Discord, I was telling you about the seafood thing. I'm not lying. Like, I had hook and reel delivered from the DoorDash, and I was smashing hook and reel while I was watching those videos me and you were talking about. Like,
oh yeah,
because it's delicious and I wanted it. But then that was last Sunday or whatever day that was. So like that was that day, and then all of this week, like Monday through most of Friday, it was chicken and veggies and tuna the whole time. And then my first bad meal was Friday. Me and Kiddo went and had all you can eat sushi.
Well, sushi's still not that bad, man.
Oh, it's horrible the way I eat it. We do all you can eat, dude. It's horrible. It is.
Well, I mean,
horrible.
What's so bad? Just the quantity? Is
The quantity and the styles that they have, dude. Because I'm not going in there and eating 12,000 California rolls. I'm eating every weird ass fucking
well, you got to try
fried,
things.
dipped, battered, every roll that's on that dinner menu. I'm probably going to eat 2 of those bitches.
Now, see, I will get an assortment of things, but I don't want to eat myself sick.
I think there's a video way back on my YouTube from like 2 years ago where Randa and I went to the all you can eat sushi and I ate everything on the menu. Delicious.
Oh, your poor toilet. Wow. No, I actually the last time I did anything like that, what was the what was there before Magic Tree in Boardman? It was a bar and grill there. I forget what it was before Magic Tree took over that place. But my brother took me there, and they had a wing. Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, Meg. And won I think it was a $20. You had to there. It was fun guy, and I killed myself because I just went out, just right down. But that's the last time I did anything, like big like that, like any type of and trying.
Dude, I just like sushi in general. I kill all of it. People are always like, "Oh, you can't like it that much." Blah blah. I've had I've had people, and I have to control myself, right? Because I've gone on dates, and these people, like, I talk a whole lot, especially like if we're like in a dating like thing, like I talk a whole lot, so all about my shit. I've probably shared my YouTube with you by now, and my Instagram. Like, that I throw down. So like I'll go out to eat, and I can't go to an all you can eat place like on a date situation, because if you start talking that shit about like I'm not gonna finish this or blah blah blah, I'm gonna eat a whole bunch of food in front of you. Like I'm gonna eat a whole bunch of food in front of you. Like it's just that's what's gonna happen, because I'm not gonna I'm gonna laugh at you and be like, yeah, let me kill these 6 rolls of sushi right here.
No, I would eat until my heart's content. I've never been. Once I feel full, I think there's something that snaps in my brain that says, "Okay, you are actually like full now." Because I try not to keep that full, like being full at all during the day. I try to keep my stomach at least a little, so constant processing. You don't want to overdo it. So if I ever feel full, like over the holidays, bro, and even though I was sick, I still got sent home, lots of food my way from the family, and I ate myself full. I do on Thanksgiving and Christmas, and after Christmas this year, man, after the cookies and the ham and all this other stuff, bro, I don't think I ate for 2 days afterwards, and not because I forgot to. Like I literally went, no, I'm still full from yesterday. Like,
see, Christmas for me isn't that elaborate anymore, because everybody comes to my house for Christmas now, right? So like my ex, her parents, my kid, my ex's boyfriend, baby daddy, whatever he is, like they all come to my house. So like it's usually, it's not that elaborate. Like I go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff for everybody, but it's not, like it's not like this huge thing. It's usually, cinnamon rolls and stuff for breakfast, and then, um, something quick that I can just make for everybody and stuff. I mean, it's worked out the last 2 or 3 years, but I mean that's my Christmas usually. But my
Oh no,
Thanksgiving, I go to my mom's, and that's
my
usually
my my mom does
kill the food.
a big dinner on Thanksgiving and Christmas. So does my dad, and so me and Trent go to both sets of my parents, and usually get sent home with goodies every time we leave. Um, yeah, it's I ate myself to the point that I literally for 2 days didn't feel the need to eat just because I had consumed that much.
But
Thanks.
it's different. It's different for me now though, because now that I do these Disney races and shit, and I'm out, running 3 days a week. Like today is a good example, right? Like, so I ate a lot of food yesterday, but I jogged 6 miles today. So it's more of a balance than it was, 2 or 3 years ago when I wasn't that active, right? Like I'd go to the gym and that was it. But now I did my hour workout in the gym and I jogged 6 miles. So yes, I ate more food yesterday. Yes, I just ate these 10 chicken nuggets. And I'm not saying that my workout will ever overcome my bad eating days, but it's helping. It's better
Mhm.
than eating bad and I didn't do anything all day.
Oh yeah, no, I completely changed my eating habits a few years ago. I started really being conscious of it. When I lived in Palestine still, I was going through a pint of vanilla ice cream or one of the boxes of vanilla ice cream, specifically Perry's vanilla Neapolitan with the 3 different types of vanilla. I was
Yeah.
going through one of those and a 12-pack of Coke every week. Because Coke floats are like mine. You know, pasta every other night, and all this other stuff. And, you know, my doctor looked at me and said, look, you can either make some life changes or we're going to be looking at some stuff down the road and you're probably going to be on like 7 different types of medications. And I'm like, nope. And my blood, my sugar levels were at a worrisome stage, and now they've returned to normal for the most part. Some days I have higher than others, and but I think those are days when I'm not eating at proper times or whatever like I should be. Um, but yeah, no, dude, like, and this is the best advice I can give anybody, especially anybody in America living in today's society. You know, if you're at a supermarket, first off, stay to the outsides. Stay to the outside edges of most supermarkets. That's where your proteins, your fresh vegetables, and other stuff are. You can kind of go into the middle a little bit for like canned goods, everything, but like there's a lot of stuff like and I my big feeling in it is cereal. Um, I still can't. Cereal has been my favorite.
But what cereal do you eat though, right? Because I switched
Frosted
to.
Flakes.
Oh yeah, see, I don't do that. I switched to that Ghost protein cereal. That's the only cereal I eat now.
Half an hour. What?
It's 9:30. Ain't past his bedtime. Tell him to go sleep.
Nah, 10 o'clock. Um, so you ran it with just water? You can stop it. Hit the button. Give me 1 sec.
Yeah, man. Go deal with your kid issues.
Did you put?
Mom's probably watching stuff that she shouldn't be watching on YouTube right now. Let me message her.
Oh, you're already at the end of it. Oh, so yeah, there's no reason with it.
She's probably watching Sam and Colby. or some other nonsense on YouTube. I'm gonna get a ton of messages later. Dad, we should go here. Dad, watch this video. Now I want more Taco Bell chicken nuggets.
Yeah, you should be all right, kid.
This is garbage. Oh. Wow. That's exactly what she's doing. Watching Sam and Colby. Hey. You putting your kid to bed? Shit, my kid puts herself to bed now, bro. Hey, when are you going back to Ohio again? She's not here anymore. She left us. Hopefully never. Come on. Where you were in Ohio, and I was like, "What the? I thought you were never going back there."
What's that?
I was talking shit to Meg because she said, "Hopefully never" is when she's going to go back to Ohio. But the last time I saw her say that shit on Facebook, she was there like 3 months later doing something.
With the when she lived what was that, technically Youngstown, Meg?
Why? Why would you ever meet some crazy person from the EP Facebook group? Why would you ever do that?
Why would you go meet a crazy man?
I went to a Pirates game and some drunk dude was talking shit in the EP group for days, telling people to meet him at Circle K. So I was like, bet. I'll meet your ass
Oh,
at Circle K.
I remember seeing this shit. Okay. Yeah, it was some dude talking about meeting. Charlie, yeah, that's right.
Oh, man. I
Yeah,
sold
no,
him a
that's
Wiz
right.
Khalifa bobblehead.
I sold him a Wiz Khalifa.
Like, did you know him? Was he like a Palestine regular? Or...
No, it was a thing on the East Palestine talk thing there for a while.
No way, man. That's
Yeah, it was I forget what it was all about. He was
Dude, they're all unique individuals. I go to Palestine to see Christian and my dad, and that's it. Like, I don't go to Palestine for anything else. I went to Palestine. Look, I went to Palestine for this in November for the turkey trot. For the Thanksgiving turkey trot is when I went to Palestine last. Just because the fam wanted to do the 5K, and I was like, yeah, I'm up here. Let's do it. And I froze my ass off.
yeah. Running in the cold just does not seem appealing to me.
I mean, it's not appealing to anybody, bro, but I mean, it's what I got to do to survive. Like I especially since I convinced them to do this Disney 5K with me. So I feel like it's not just a 5K. Let me be clear. I convinced my brother and my sister to do the Disney Springtime Surprise Challenge with me, which is a 5K on Friday, a 10K on Saturday, and a 10-mile run on Sunday. And they said yes, and they signed up. So for them to be like, hey, do you want to go do the little 5K in East Palestine? I was not going to say no. Like that wasn't going to happen. I was like, yeah, oh yeah, you guys want to do a 5? Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's go. Yeah. Okay.
Nah, I would die. No, I'm good.
Like there's no way that I could have ever like not like told my sister like, yeah, you just signed up to do 3 days worth of running and one of them is a 10-mile run. No, I'm not going to go do a 5K with you. She'd have murdered me on sight. Like I'd be dead. Like look at this. Look how freezing cold my ass is. Hold on. As soon as I get it to load up, look at this crap. Why? I don't know. The things that I do to not be a fat giant piece of trash. Look at this. This does not look cozy and warm.
Nope.
That is freezing cold.
Yeah, no.
That is my fat self jogging in the freezing. No, that's not. It's not acceptable. I'm going to continue to do it because I am a glutton for punishment or something. In some time in my life, I was a bastard and I have to make up for it, I guess. I don't know. But that's cold.
Right.
Bro. Like, no. Like, that's freezing.
No, I'm good. I'm good on all that.
But I felt like since I felt I could do that, since I convinced them to go do some ridiculous and expensive nonsense with me in Florida. She said gonna get superpowers from breathing that air. I could only wish. I could only hope that that's what would happen from breathing that wild East Palestine, Norfolk Southern contaminated air. That would be fantastic.
Bro, I a couple of guys that I play games with and whatnot, they're like, hey, where are you from? I'm like, you guys remember a couple years back that bad train derailment in Ohio and East Palestine? And they're like, oh yeah, that was nationally whatnot. I was like, bro, that's like 8 miles from my house. Luckily, Waterford, it went all the other direction, like right into PA, like from East Palestine going into PA towards Chippewa and stuff. That's just all like Toxic Avenger territory now. Luckily we didn't have a lot of the same stuff.
Dude, it's
but and demi-plane of existence or its own separate country in and of itself. And you both know, growing up here and living in different areas, you know what I'm talking about. There, people in Ohio do things a certain way or have a certain like rule set mindset that is never discussed and never taught. But growing up here, like they're just like, yeah, we have our bouts of idiocy in Ohio and some of the bigger cities and whatnot, but it's very strange. Small town Ohio is quite honestly not for the faint at heart. There's a lot of growing up as a kid. There's the constant worry of who might be watching you, who's going to be reporting back to your parents, and like everybody's in everybody's business. But yeah, that's nasty.
Like there's no
I was
way.
at work when that happened.
There's no way all of that stuff going into the air from those tankers is not contaminating someone. There's no way.
Polyvinyl chloride, liquid PVC.
Hmm?
That's actually a friend of mine from East Palestine, God rest her soul, Courtney Miller. She actually was affected by it, and it really not only caused her a bunch of health problems, but it really messed up her mental state.
Yeah.
Like the chemicals actually messed with her brain, and she ended up, yeah. Yeah. Courtney was a dear friend, and she ended up taking her own life, from what I was to understand.
I know this. Yeah, I know this person.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Norfolk,
That's wild.
and just to clarify, yes, there are train wrecks every day at somewhere, or minor derailments, whatnot. But this particular subject matter, people, I don't care what political side or religion, anybody, whatever side you're on, the facts are that to the people in the affected area. It that should have never happened, but you were pushing deadlines and running on minimum staffing with bad equipment. I mean, I've seen the videos that and but you know that could have happened in like downtown Salem, like in a cityscape where you know or anywhere else. I'm not saying it happening in any other place would have been good.
That's wild.
You're not
Yeah,
wrong.
it was. I don't know. I've got. Obviously, we've all got. And then some of the stuff that they've done and that they've pushed for, right? I mean, it doesn't even really benefit all of the people that were affected, right? Like they're going to get a new Olympic swimming pool and a new big, you know,
Oh, the money went to
Palestine
the
Park area,
businesses. Yeah, and
and
to the
I'm like,
businesses and the city
that's
council
not
and
helping the people. That's helping, it's wild.
yeah, dude.
A lot of what was done in the same. That exactly, Meg. Exactly. That's what that's what I meant. Like the minute somebody told me that they were redoing the whole park over what happened, I was like, what does that have to do with people?
and initially, like if people could have known how this was going to play out when Norfolk, when it right happened, and they initially were offering to buy up people's property at a decent value, you know, if people would have taken it up, then they might have been a little bit better off. But the whole situation, like Norfolk should be held responsible to the letter, to the dollar. Like any health things that happen because of this polyvinyl chloride, like any property devaluation, and hell, they should be having to pay a certain amount to the city of East Palestine and the state of Ohio in general because you infected a major, water tributary to the rest of the state. You know, on the line are going to be affected by this, and we won't. The truth of the matter is we probably won't see the real effects of this until after we're dead. That this anybody who's researched this chemical, what our PVC pipes are actually made out of, what happens, especially after you burn it, when you ignite it like they chose to do in East Palestine, it ain't good. It's Norfolk should be
there's so much to it. There's so much that's going on. We could do a whole thing on this, and we probably at some point will or should. But the bottom line is not enough has been done, and not enough is being done quick enough. Like I understand at some level it's red tape, politics,
bureaucratic
money,
nonsense.
bureaucratic. At some level, I get that. But then, okay, on another level, we have seen things in the media happen very quickly. We have seen tragedy happen and money starts flowing, things start going on, the right people are, in the right, and none of that has happened with this, right? None of that has happened. And you just kind of sit here like, if this happened in Atlanta, would we still be waiting how long later for literally anything to get resolved? I don't think so. I really doubt it. If this was not a small blue collar, worker town with, incomes average less than $100,000, if this was any other place other than one of these small towns, we definitely would have had more action faster. I'm not saying it would be 100% resolved. I'm not saying you wouldn't have all the bureaucracy and the bullshit and the red tape. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying some stuff would have gotten pushed along a lot faster.
Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Meg, does your dad still live down there?
Huh?
I was asking Meg if her dad still lived down in that area.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. No, but I like that idea. I think actually I know one of the people who were Chrissy Hilton. She works right down here at the store. She's one of the major players against Norfolk from the Palestine area. So I got a couple people that we could really. I'm reading what Meg said. Oh, well, okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, that's a situation like what she just said. I see that more and more. Like I've seen people living in these houses that I'm like, bro, you'd be better off just going buying some cheap plywood and building a survival like shelter in the woods.
Wow. That's crazy.
And that I don't know how people do it, but I need a moment, Senor. I think it's been like
actually, man, I'm gonna have to jump off here because I'm getting messaged by the kid. She needs me to get her some food because she hasn't eaten since lunch. So I got to go get her. Settled down.
All right, cool. We can go ahead and call it. I think this was a good first of many. We talked about some good stuff. Meg, please remind me in the upcoming week that I need and Deke, you too. I really would like to set up something with Glenn. Oh yeah, nice stroll down memory lane.
Yeah, definitely nice nightmare fuel there, Meg. Nice nightmare.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Now I'm probably going to be thinking about Angie and Chesney at random bad points but to the viewers who have watched throughout all of it, I don't know, I spiked pretty high there for a little bit, double digits for a little bit during that. I don't know what you had on your end, Deke. But I think this is going to be a good time. I look forward to the next one we do. What do you Thursday tentatively is what we discussed?
Yep.
Right.
Tentatively Thursday. Yep.
Okay, and we're gonna try to do. whether it's like I would have to yeah, I would have to look at something. I think, are we going to do this, or are we going to do a game thing?
Either, whatever we decide to do, whatever we're in the mood for.
All right, we'll look at it if we can tentatively get a game that a bunch of people can jump in on, and we can find a way to do the group talkie thing. I think at some level we need to get a Discord server. That way we can just bring people directly into it.
I've got one set up, so I mean we could definitely do that when we have people that want to jump on. Sure.
Excellent. All right, good talk. Good. I think this was a pretty good stream. Meg, definitely check in with us, and I'm going to get a hold of Glenn.